So yeah, about the hat. It's 100 degrees, and I was out with the fam, and we found this at some gas station. And you know what? I think it's gonna be great because it's 100 friggin' degrees. So I'm out for a lunch walk, as I often am. And you know, every now and then I feel a little bit down, a little bit blue. And I found that one of the best things when you're not feeling great is to go walk. Movement seems to be the cure. If you get out and you start walking, you feel better. And I think that's why exercise in the morning always feels good, because no matter how you're feeling, it seems to kind of lift your spirits. And I think also for me, talking to the camera helps as well. I can work things out and give myself a little direction. So here we are, out and about, wandering. I don't have a lot going on today. This morning, I did not go on my ruck. I wish I would have. I should have, but I didn't. I decided not to. I decided it was a good day for a rest day. I talked myself out of it. And you know, I've found almost every single time when I decide not to go, I know I should have gone. But I did not. That's okay. You take the good with the bad. You take the rest days with the work days. Life is good, and you got to remind yourself of that constantly. You can't take anything for granted. And you know, so far, I'm right. I'm out here walking and I'm feeling great. Like, I'm super happy that I decided to take a walk. Not really going anywhere particular. I love that I work downtown because there's so many different directions I can go. It's amazing. And this hat helps keep the sun off me. That's nice. So a constant question in my mind is, you know, I have to ask myself, why would you record a ruck, a walk, burpees, exercise? Why record terrible guitar playing? Why post it? Why put anything out there? And you know, I think the reality is, why not? I'm alive, and I want to remind myself that I'm alive, because believe it or not, it's super easy to disappear in the world. It's super easy to disappear in anonymity. Nobody knows you, nobody cares. And you know, for people like me, part introvert, part extrovert, it's easy for me to disappear. It's easy for me to fall into depression. It's easy for me to fall into sadness. My life has been difficult, to say the least. And sometimes it's easy to give in to that and feel like you don't matter and there's no point to anything. And the reality is, there is a point. The point is, you're here. You're alive. You're still here, you know, and it's a shame to take that for granted. So while you're here, you gotta live. Live as much as you can, whatever that means to you. For some, it doesn't mean anything. For some, they just assume disappear. And I think that's sad. But for me, that's not where I wanna live. I keep experimenting and doing things and trying things and figuring out the world one day at a time. And you know, I want to be an example for my daughter. You know, I want to show her that we don't have to disappear. We can do something. You know, she's shy and she struggles, and I was shy and I struggled. And that's okay, that's just part of life, you know. Struggling is part of life, and some of us are shy. That's all there is to it. And life is hard. But you know what? I want to show her that despite all that, you keep trying, you keep going out, you keep experimenting, and you find life. And you know, like I try to say, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're struggling with, try to do it with a cheerful heart, you know? Because life is going to be hard no matter what. For some people, times in your life for sure, for most people. And you get the choice, like, you can struggle on your own and be mad about it, and struggle and focus on how hard it is, or you can decide, I'm going to do the best I can and be happy and live my life the best I can and be happy every day, you know? It's up to you. You wake up in the morning, you get the same day no matter what. Whatever you want to do with it, it's your choice. For me, I try to look at it all as one big adventure. I don't know what the day is going to hold. I don't know what tomorrow's going to hold. I might even be alive for all I know. But I am today. And I'm going to take advantage of that every single day. And the days that I miss, what a shame. Because you don't get that one back. Whew, it's hot. The hat helps a little bit. But it doesn't stop that sun from baking down on you. That's okay. That's okay. I'll tell you what, at least in Oklahoma City, we have some beautiful places to walk around. We have some beautiful places to see, and we've got great things to do. I don't even think everybody knows that. But we sure do. And it's all come in recent years, in recent times. Pretty awesome. Pretty cool. This is the Bricktown Canal, by the way. Quite a few things to see here, including a river taxi that takes you all around this cool canal that they built. And we've got sculptures. I always think to myself, what would it be like to be in that time when you rode horses and you struggled just to survive, like 1889 during the land run, when all this land was getting stolen, essentially, from the Native Americans. That's effed up. But you got to think, man, what a hard time that must have been for everybody, just to live. You know, the one thing when you go out and you go walking, you know, on a hot day like this, you think to yourself, well, I don't want to go sweat at lunch, you know? And the truth is, who cares? Sweat at lunch, live a little bit. Besides that, to be honest with you, I get so tired that if I sat in the break room at lunch and did nothing, I would absolutely just fall asleep. Because I get so tired. I didn't sleep that well last night, and I don't think my heart beats quite right. So I find myself just getting so tired. Whenever I'm out walking, I'm always thinking about movies. I'm always thinking about making movies and how you could use the terrain and the parks, etc., to make scenes from movies. I love to think creatively like that. Got a climbing facility. You can go rock climbing in there. You can even climb up the outside of that building. Man, it's a beautiful day. I love the summer. I was sitting outside in the backyard this morning, and I was thinking how quickly the summer will go and it'll get cold, and all of a sudden the leaves will fall, and I'll just remember how great it was to have the summer and enjoy the sun. Man, that sculpture is pretty cool. Took a lot of work. It's a lot of hours to make something like that. You know, it's funny. One summer I drove a water taxi, that boat that goes on the canal here. For the summer I did it as extra money because I was a self-employed photographer, and I had to learn all about the history of Oklahoma City and so many little details that I could tell to the tourists. It was pretty cool. You know, the truth is, this gives me something to do on my lunch besides sitting there, picking my nose. I get more exercise. I get a little closer to my goals. Maybe lose a pound or two. And I get to have free therapy by talking to the camera. Isn't that cool? So this whole walk I've been listening to music in my headphones, and I'm curious if that will affect the audio at all. Not that it really matters. I'm not saying too much. Not saying anything too important. I'm not kidding you. If you want to get some exercise and some free therapy, get yourself an action camera and walk around and talk to yourself. It's beautiful. What a beautiful thing to do. This hat might look stupid, but I'll tell you what, it's been pretty awesome so far. Keeps the head off my dome. I think I got some cancer going on up there. That's all I need is one more thing, right? So I got the hat and it feels so much better. Stupid or not, doesn't matter. You can't be afraid to look stupid in this world. Way too many people are too worried about what other people think. I used to be, big time, so much. Insecurity, you know, it takes over. You always think, what will people think? But then you come to a point where you just don't care anymore. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. I'll tell you what, it is beautiful out here today. As a photographer, I just see shot after shot after shot. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. Oh man, what a nice day. Very thankful. Thankful I get to be out here. And you know, when I get back, I just edit video, so no big. I already shot everything I need to shoot today, so it's just about editing it. Easy. Easy. Yeah, I have a good job. I've worked my way into it for sure. Started off just buying a camera so many years ago, and I was just taking fun pictures like everybody takes. And next thing you know, I got myself into getting paid gigs living in LA. And I was booking everything that I could possibly think of, or find, I should say. Even if I didn't know how to do it, I'd tell them I did and I'd figure it out. And it turned into a career, for sure. That's went almost 25 years, 30 years. Been shooting a long time. Shot everything. Everything there is to shoot. I had to turn off the tunes. They were getting warped for some reason. I've never heard of that. I was listening to them on Spotify, but they were sounding warped like a cassette tape that was eating the tape. The only thing I can think of is the headphones must be tripping or something for some reason. Never seen that happen before. But I finally decided to take them off because it was just too bizarre. Too much. So as you might have gathered from all the footage, if you're watching at all, we've got a lot to do here. There's a lot going on. When you start really looking around, I'm like, man, this is a pretty cool place. You know, I've taken it for granted. I've lived here maybe a decade, 11 years, since we moved from LA to Seattle to Vegas. Came here, never meant to stay in Oklahoma City. In fact, I never wanted to visit Oklahoma City, but here we are, live here now. And at first I was very bitter about it, and I'm like, man, who the hell would want to live here? It didn't seem like a good place to be. But you know, the longer I'm here, the more I realize it's really a great place to be. In fact, one of the best things about it, if you're a photographer or you shoot video or you make films, is it's wide open here. You can do anything you want. Nobody's gonna stop you. You know, you don't have to worry about permits. You don't have to worry about none of that. Now, if you want to shut down a street and, you know, take over, okay, you might have to worry about that. But if you just want to get creative, like the Dead Center Film Festivals here, tons of people make movies. They make movies, short films. I've never taken part in it. I really should. I think that'd be a blast. But, you know, you have to have a crew. Or, you know, I suppose you could probably do it with yourself, but I think having a crew would be the way to go. Well, that's about it. That's been my lunch walk. Headed back now. Had a lot of fun. Saw a lot of sights. Got sweaty. Now got to go back and clean up. Get back to work. Go do my thing. Enjoy the rest of my day. Tomorrow I'm going to go on a ruck for sure. I should have went this morning, but it's cool. I got to walk today. I'm happy about that. All right, well, that's all I got. I guess we'll see you next time. Peace.